welcome back to the Astro Experience. Here we have Libra moons, okay? But before I get into this video, the Dawn Shop is absolutely up and active, bro. Go check that out if you haven't. I have a lot more products on the way, but for right now, if you need any natal readings or you want to book a call with me, hit the Dawn Shop, okay? Add my Patreon. You can learn from me directly. Exclusive videos, early access, free big three interpretations, okay? You'll be a fool to miss out on that. And I also have a $5 membership if you cannot afford the $10 membership. When we get into the moon and astrology, okay? The moon is a very nurturing, a very feminine, a very emotional planet. The moon represents our inner world. It represents our subconscious. It represents how we connect to people emotionally. It represents our comfort zone. It represents the first 7 years of our life. Now, when you talk about Libra, Libra is a cardinal air sign ruled by Venus, okay? Saturn is exalted there. Mars is at detriment, and then the sun falls in Libra. So when you get initiating and creating air harmoniously, and its highest pleasure is to set boundaries, restrictions, and limitations, and then you bring that into your inner world, your moon sign, that's going to bring a very almost therapeutic, a very relationship orientated, a very pleasure-filled moon sign. But before we get into all of that, I want to talk about the first 7 years of your life, okay? The moon is tied to the mother figure, okay? Motherly energy. The mother figure that raised you when you grew up. So if you have a Libra moon, your mom may have been very therapeutic toward you. You guys may have had a very harmonious relationship. You may be very close to your mother. And here's a disclaimer also. This analysis will absolutely depend on any other aspects you have toward your moon, or if your moon is in a malefic house, okay? So either like the 10th house or the 8th house, maybe even a first house, all right? But for the most part, you and your mom likely had a very harmonious, a very emotionally fulfilling relationship. You may have learned a lot of relationship abilities, ways, a lot of ways to compromise, a lot of ways of showing up for your relationships effectively. Your mother may have actually been a Libra, okay? Now, of course, that's not always the case. That's too black and white, but a lot of times this may be true, okay? Your mother may be a Libra. And if not, she plays out a lot of Libra characteristics in you guys' personal relationship. So this is the type of moon sign where you and your mother may go out to art museums. You and your mother may go to music shows, to concerts, anything involving beauty and sensuality. She may have took you to a lot of like upscale places. Even if y'all didn't really have money like that, y'all always found the beauty in whatever situation y'all was in. So this can be a very harmonious placement when it comes to your upbringing, okay? But again, look toward if it's in a malefic house or if it's aspecting any Mars or Saturn or any other harsh aspects. That will also depend on this placement, all right? So chances are you learn how to put a lot of boundaries, restrictions, and limitations on your relationships from your mother figure specifically. That may be in a bad or good way, like I said. If y'all had a more harmonious relationship, it's like she taught you firsthand how to, like what to actually deal with in relationships. And if y'all had a more negative relationship, she played out that example as to what you want to accept and what you don't want to accept, all right? So more harmoniously, this can be her telling you, look, when a guy does this to you, that means he actually likes you. But when a guy acts this, that, and the third, you cut him off, you don't deal with those, okay? Like, bro, listen, Libra moon people, y'all moms be putting y'all on game more harmoniously, obviously. But if it's more of a negative placement with negative aspects in malefic houses, your mom played out that example of what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. So let's say if she was an alcoholic, she probably crossed a lot of, she don't even got to be an alcoholic, but say she had addictions or she had her own problems, all right? And she's not as evolved, like emotionally. she played out that example as to what not to tolerate. So she may have crossed a lot of boundaries earlier on in your life to where it put in your mind, okay, I don't want to experience this anymore. So as I go through life, I'm going to look for these traits in people, and then my pattern recognition system is going to go off. And I get to the point where it's like, all right, I've seen this before. I know that I don't tolerate this. And then that's how it plays out, okay? But Libra moons, y'all real sensual people. Y'all love people, all right? And then as you grow up, it's like whatever environment you're in, you kind of match that, all right? That can be the same as like a Pisces sun sign, or even like a moon in a first house person. Libra moons often like camouflage your emotions to the environment, all right? And a lot of times this plays out as like you fall into the backdrop, like you're kind of like a background character. I wouldn't say this is like main character energy like that. These people aren't upfront and grandiose like a Leo or an Aries or some shit. These people are like the supporting role, the supporting characters. And that's not a bad thing by any means. I'm not trying to shun that or anything. It's all needed. It's all valid. It's all needed, okay? But these are the people where it's like you support whatever environment you're in. You support the leaders in your environment, okay? This is like the healers in a war. The healers aren't the focal point, but you help enable the war to go on, okay? So this is heavy Libra moon energy. Whatever environment you're in, you know what to say to keep the environment harmonious. And we need people like that, okay? Not everybody can be like grandiose leaders. And Libra moon people, you guys are leaders, but you guys are leaders by example. You don't have to be in a spotlight like that. These are like your directors of the movies. You don't see the director, but without the director, don't none of the show go on, okay? That's Libra moons. But yeah, these people are really smart. Y'all like word games. Y'all like mind games. Y'all can be slick when it comes to y'all words, so I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all know exactly what to say to hurt people because y'all so observant also. I like that too. Libra moons are very observant. These people are watchers of the environment, okay? Like I said, they might not be in the spotlight. They might be in the back of the class with an Aquarius or a Scorpio, just like peeping game and watching everybody in the classroom, all right? And then y'all come up with y'all observations based off of that. So a lot of times, based on their other placements, of course, in their natal chart, you might not even see a Libra like that unless it's with somebody that they actually fuck with. But they'll talk to you, okay? These people are harmonious. They don't like making people feel alienated or isolated. They don't like people feeling like they're an outlier within a group. So oftentimes, if a Libra moon is a part of a group, they try to make everybody feel connected. And like I said, they might not do it in a spotlight kind of way. They might pull you aside and be like, yo, bro, how you feel today? Are you okay? Or within the group, they might throw little comments out there to get you engaged so you can feel more comfortable and more harmonious. And I love that, bro. I love that about Libra moons. I really fuck with Libra moons. But I will say that with the lack of Mars and the lack of the sun, because Mars is at detriment and then the sun falls here, you guys often put your relationships on a pedestal to the point where if the other person doesn't take an action, then that action is not going to happen, okay? Oftentimes, y'all look up to people and, like, y'all get highly dependent on other people's actions. Y'all get highly dependent on your relationships, okay? Sometimes y'all can lack the initiative to say, okay, this is what I want. And if I don't get it, it's gone, all right? Libras, a lot of times, they can be very flighty, not as much as a Sagittarius or a Gemini, but they can be flighty because they lack like conflict skills. They lack confronting problems like that, all right? So it's like when they have a problem in their relationship, their whole world starts to crumble. Like their whole world falters. they don't know how to go about shit when their relationships aren't harmonious. I will say that, all right? But once y'all learn like conflict management skills, yo, y'all can be super powerful because y'all have Saturn exalted here. Saturn is about karma, lessons, restrictions, boundaries, limitations, discipline. But the thing is, Mars is debilitated. So sometimes y'all got to make up for the lack of Mars with Saturn. And then what y'all might do is y'all might not initiate it with like vigor. So y'all kind of just like get passive, okay? Libra moons tend to get passive toward life. Sometimes you may let life just walk all over you, okay? Especially when y'all get like down and depressed and in the dumps. That fire kind of tends to like dwell down and just like fade away, all right? So keeping that inner fire alive, like stay on top of all of your conflicts that you have in your relationships, all right? And if I had a quote for Libra moons, it would be this: conflict avoided is conflict multiplied, all right? Libras have troubles with nipping shit in the bud to keep short-term peace, okay? I'm gonna say that again. Conflict avoided is conflict multiplied, bro. So when you see shit actually nip it in the bud, it may be uncomfortable. You may feel like, damn, I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to cause any turmoils. But if you feel like your boundaries get crossed, bro, you got to bring that up. Because if you don't, you're just going to get resentful. It's just going to build up inside. And then once it actually comes out, Libras can be like fire signs when they crash out also, just like Pisces, all right? So it takes a lot for a Libra to really get like fed up with shit. But once y'all get to that point, it's scary because y'all also hold a lot back. You may mention it here and there, but you don't actually talk about what the problem is. You may skate around the problem in hopes that that person will realize what you're talking about. But if you don't attack the problem directly, bro, it's not going to get solved, bro. So that's what I would have to say about Libra moons. Other than that, you guys are really smart, super observant. You love making people feel good. And I love that, all right? A lot of people with a lot of Libra energy are often very beautiful, very sensual, okay? And then if that's your moon sign, you may feel like whenever somebody comes into your world, whenever you let somebody in personally, like their life gets better. Like you start to heal them because like your inner world is powered by Venusian qualities, okay? So you know exactly what to say to make somebody feel good. And then a lot of times that can be manipulative also. I be seeing y'all Libras, bro. Y'all not low. I be seeing y'all, bro. Y'all can be very, very manipulative. But I will say that you can use that as a strength. You can manipulate somebody for their own best interest. So if somebody's in an addiction, you can say, look, listen, if you don't do this in this way, in this amount of time, you might die, bro. And with a Libra, they can say it so harmoniously, it might not come across like so cutthroat. So it's like y'all can bring people out of the depths of hell, honestly, bro. Because y'all so smart, y'all understand people, y'all see where people is at. And then y'all can put boundaries and restrictions on whatever they're doing to where they can live harmoniously if they listen to you, bro. So I fuck with y'all Libras, bro. Y'all can have real conflict avoidant tendencies, but y'all understand people on a very personal level, okay? Y'all might not go to the depths of people as far as like a Scorpio. You may not see their intentions as much, okay? And I will say that, all right? Libras, look at what people's intentions are, okay? A lot of times y'all get blindsided by thinking that all people are good at heart. Some people are just fucked up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And then some people may have good intentions, but where they're at in life does not match where you are or where you want to be, okay? So y'all can get blindsided in relationships thinking that somebody's meant for you or thinking that, oh, this is such a good person. But a good person doesn't necessarily mean good chemistry. A good person doesn't necessarily mean a good relationship. Just because a person is good morally doesn't mean that they're good for you. Okay? That's what y'all also got to learn. All right? But go add my Patreon, you feel me? So we can talk one-on-one directly, or book a reading with me. I can tell you anything in your birth chart as far as self-development, things about your path. I also do galactic readings, but that's a little bit more advanced. But I will be offering more products in the future on my on the Dawn Shop. Okay, we are up and active, bro. It just launched yesterday, so go hit the Dawn Shop, book a reading with me, bro. Socials in the description. Without further ado, I'll catch y'all next video.